Good evening, everyone. We are back at yet another day of the Royal Rumble Showdown, brought to you by Thunder Esports. And today, the match is between two of the best teams right now, which we all are looking up to. It is Team LAFU going
Sir,
up
what's your
against Team
command?
LCF. And joining me on the casting deck today will be none other than your favorite caster, Peachy. Peachy, what do you think about this band so far?
But I do think this is going to be a pretty intense match, because LCS and LAFU KABI, oh my god, as you all know that they have actually climbed up the global
The
leaderboard. So
hunt
yes,
begins.
they
Your
do know
team
what
is
they are
banned.
doing. On the other hand, look at that, the respect ban is already coming in from the side of team LAFU KABI, who are on the blue side today. Oh, it looks like they have won the toss and they have selected the blue. On the other hand, the fanny pick of the link pick off as well, I think it is a direct respect ban to Lom Lomai. Don't you think so?
Yeah, they do know how Lom Mai is able to carry the entire game by himself with that Fanny, with that Ling as well. So that is why banning out the assassin to count, to target Lom Mai is a very good thing to do from the side of Team Lafukabi. Meanwhile, the side of Team LCF have decided to ban out the chip. They do not want any sort of, invasion coming in,
My
any
mission
sort of
is to protect
surprise
Your
play
team
lives.
is
because of the use
banned.
of those portals. They do not want any of that, and that is why they will be banning out the chip. I don't know why they have
Uh,
decided to ban out the ruby though.
a ruby is a perma ban so far. A ruby with the sustain, with that spell lamp, she is pretty strong, and that is why they have been placed a ban. They have been placed onto the ban section, and as well as look at that, the high loss has been banned. Team LCF, they are known to pick up that high loss onto that EXP, as in support to the team, and they play it so well that they actually get the team fights very good. And there we go. I do think that this is another respect ban coming in.
I am not the
Let's see
only
what it
one
is, and
bound by
yep,
Your
it will be
these
the
team
Phobias to
chains.
is
finish up the first ban phase, and with that we're already onto the pick phase, and right now the Phobias ban, I mean, it is a very justified ban considering how strong he is in that EXP lane. Also the Hylos, both of them are pretty dominant in the EXP lane, especially Hylos because of his high HP. He doesn't let the enemies get into that tower and provide such a good lane clearing as well due to that ring of punishment. So yeah, the Hylos ban is also a very good ban coming in from the side of Team Lafu, but I am very curious to
Muscle
see
of
what
iron,
they will be
your
picking up for the
tools
team
of
first
steel.
pick, and it will be a Gatot Kacha to my surprise. I mean, nobody could have even
I am
thought of a
summoned.
Gatot Kacha as the
Fight
first pick.
Oh, Gatot Kacha is the first pick. That does look good, but possibly they traded off that Hayabusa, so this is not looking good as well. But if Team Rafu Kabi actually go on with a very tanky position, I mean, sorry, a tanky hero, so they might have a chance to actually counter that Hayabusa. Don't you think so?
Yeah, they do have a chance to counter the Hayabusa with a tanky lineup, but that also increases the possibility of not having that push potential because a lot of tanks do not have enough basic attack damage to push down those towers. So yeah, they might face some
Sun
problem while
rises
doing
when
that.
I give the
your
word.
team is
So yeah,
leaving.
it will be a issue to counter right now for the side of Team Lafu. Will they go with the tanky lineup
Hope will
or will
find
they
a
still
way,
go
even
with
when
a
all is
lineup that
forlorn.
is able to do some damage as well? So yeah, right now we see the Vixana has been picked up by Zozo. We know how good he is in that mid lane. He likes to dominate that role, and that is why he will be picking up that Vixana to do here in this game. And on the other side, we just see a Khalid being picked up. We know how good Khalid is, coming up in this meta right now, especially because of the mobility that he provides, because of his passive, as well as the enhanced basic attack, and his lane clear is very fast as well. So in that EXP lane, I think Khalid will do a pretty decent job for the side of Team LCF.
I agree with you, Fredo, and it is
Command
a good
confirmed.
Your
counter
team
for
is
the
banned.
Rhino
Terezo as well.
online.
But K has picked up his Grok, and Zozo coming in with the classic picks, his main heroes, the Vexana as well. This is looking strong. They have picked up two of the tanky heroes. What will Team LCF pick right now? They have a chance to pick out a tank or probably a mage. I do believe that they might go in for a mage, probably a Valentina pick coming in, or will it be a Louis coming in? Because as you all know, Louis is my favorite hero, and we have who is Peter as well, one of the best Louis players. So maybe I still have a little hope that Louis could come into the play. But 5 seconds left. Looks like I love cakes will be going ahead with that Carmilla.
Your team is banning.
The Carmilla is not a bad pick here as well because she just multiplies the damage with that curse of blood, and if it connects well, the entire team might get wiped out during that
Come and join me.
team fight. So yeah, very
Team
good
is
pick coming in
banning.
from the side of Team LCF. And just the next thing which they do is ban out that Lunox to count, which can be a possible counter for that Khalid there as well as that Carmilla. So yeah, a very good ban coming in from LCF, banning out that Lunox immediately just right after they picked up the Carmilla. But with that, we're already onto the second ban phase. So both the teams do
Magic is
lack a goal
my
laner,
life.
and yeah,
Your
the goal
team
laner,
is
the Harriet,
banning.
will be banned. We both know how Sanriel is so good on that Harriet. We know his potential to dominate the goal lane with that Harriet, and that is why Team LAFU do not want to give him that hero. They will be banning it out. Now it's turn for LCF to ban something. So do you think it will be a goal laner ban, or do you think they are going to ban out a mage here?
Come on, Dexter.
You know,
It's our
Your
Fredo, it is
team
showtime.
highly
is
possible
banning.
they could ban out a goal laner, and I think that there we go. Looks like it will be a Claude. I was going to guess the Beatrix because I did see a Beatrix coming up, slowly creeping its way up into its meta. So, yes, definitely there is a chance that the Brendan could pick up a Beatrix this game. On the other hand, last ban coming in, maybe a tank. Not. I don't think so. That will be a tank ban coming in because Team LCF they already picked out a Carmilla. Maybe a mage ban coming in. Or Valentina would be a good ban, don't you think so, Fredo?
Yeah, it might be a good ban right now for the side of Team LAFU to ban out that Valentina because the enemy does have a pretty good ultimates. That Avatar of
Endure
Guardian which
pain.
they have.
Your
Oh my
team
god,
is
what a
picking.
prediction. Peachy, you got it right. It is the Valentina ban coming in from the side of Team LAFU. They do not want them, LCF to take up the Eternal Guard or even that Avatar of Guardian or even that Wild Charge. So yeah, a very good ban coming in from the side of Team LAFU. But right now, the Aurora is still open. There is the Eve as well, which was used by Who is Peter so good to zone out those enemies in that real world manipulation. So yeah, the Peter is a very versatile, person in that role of the mid lane. He knows his heroes. He knows what he has to take up in this game. So let's see what he picks up. I do feel like he'll be going for an Aurora here. Oh my god, a Lilia is also a very good option.
Yes, definitely. I do think that Lilia would actually fit right in because she has that black
I
shoes
am
too.
vengeance
Okay.
incarnate.
Oh, wait a minute. That was a very quick swap coming in, and Sandriel just saw an opening for that Moscow to pick it up, and he takes it away. A Moscow really gives a lot of utilities into the team game with the Spear of Misery, even with the Spear of Destruction as well. He has that potential to come into the team fight, and any single moment, if his Spear of Destruction hits, and if it misses, then I think he would have to go resume his turret destroying stuff.
Time to
So
take
that
the
is what
field.
is all about the Moscow. But to counter that Moscow, looks like Brandon has picked up a Bruno. Bruno is a very rare pick coming in, given how he is already out of
Welcome
meta.
to my
Though he has the
hunting
damage
Is
potential,
ground.
though he
picking.
has the dash skill, though he has every single thing onto his kit. So definitely, it looks like your predictions are also coming true. Maybe a Lilia, maybe a Eve coming in, but I highly want to see a Eve coming in, Fredo.
Yeah, the Eve has that, potential to slow down the enemy as well as deal a lot of damage, which you won't even notice because it just hits slowly and slowly. But meanwhile, when you're staying inside that real world manipulation, you take a lot of damage, and the ability of that because the area of effect is very big, so it does have the potential to zone out. So the Roger will take his time to come
Among the
inside those turtle
planes
fights,
exists
to
the
come inside those
equilibrium,
Lord, fight as
which
well,
I was
because
made
the
for.
Eve will be able to zone him out, as well as the Gatot Kacha and Grok. I mean, they won't be able to do much when they're inside that real world manipulation because they will be taking damage. And the Eve is also a hero which has the immune to CC. So yeah, that is why the Eve pickup by Peter here is a very good choice for the side of Team LCF. And with that, the drafts are completed. And Peachy, before we go into the game, I will ask you which draft do you like more?
I am definitely leaning towards Team LCF draft right now. They have the damage, they do have the CC, and they have the damage from that Hayabusa as well. With the shadows, he might be able to pick off that Vexana if he is in a very bad position. So this
Welcome
is
to
what the
Mobile
place that I want to
Legends!
see. On the other hand, look at that. We are already into the land of dawn.
5
This is
seconds
the
till an
match
enemy
one
reaches
between
the
Team
battlefield.
LCF
Smash
versus
them!
Team LAFU KABI. They will be
All
battling it
systems
out for
deployed!
a position into the grand finale. This will be a good match. Don't you think so, Fredo?
Yeah, it's going to be a very good match indeed. Both of these teams have faced each other, during the scrims and everything. They know all the players. They have faced each other before as well. So yeah, it will be a very interesting match to find out who will come out on top in this best of 5 series. Meanwhile, look at both the junglers right now. They're starting at at the same side, but the Hayabusa does, have a little bit. He's a little bit behind, starting his red buff, blue buff only now, but the Roger already completing both his red and blue at the moment, and he's already trying to proceed to rotate towards that goal inside to try and maybe cause some potential damage to Sanriel on that goal lane. But meanwhile, a lot of poke coming in from Zozo on that. Oh, look at that, the Hayabusa. Oh my God, look at that, the amount of damage he's doing right now. He already wants to go in aggressively, even though he doesn't have his level 4 yet.
If he was level 4, I definitely think that the Grok would be the first blood here, but looks like that is not the case. Roger going with the lightning bombs, and there we go. We got a first blood of the match. But Roger will be picked off as well. He will be punished for making that play into the hands of you.
I mean, his name is aggressive, and he went into aggressively, I should say, because that was a very bad choice to, go in too deep into the enemy territory, because it's not even, the 2 minute mark has not crossed yet, and you do take a lot of damage, extra 40% damage when you're staying in that enemy jungle area. So yeah, that is why they have to be really careful in the first 2 minutes not to enter that enemy jungle area. But right now, the second turtle is already up, and we
Uh,
might be seeing a potential team fight coming in, I guess.
Definitely, the first turtle will be really creating a lot of chaos, because Roger, who just lost his life, but the real world manipulation doing his damage, looks like it will be going into the hands of Error, who is on that Khalid. Eve is going in with her skills as well. Maybe Toadcats a pick off, but I don't think they will be making a mistake of overextending that to stay at the top lane. They are already proceeding towards the turtle. Team LCF, they really want that neutral objectives.
Yeah, like I said, the area of effect of the oh my god, meanwhile, the Brendan gets taken down by Sandril in the bottom lane. A very, very bad trade, from the side of team Lafukabi, especially because they lost their goal laner, they even lost the turtle. It's not looking good at the moment for them. They really have to, take a bit take up a little bit patience right now so that they can get that composure back. They can build up slowly into the game. They have that Bruno, they have that Roger. They really they can really use some of the time to do what they actually do, like scale up and try to maintain their composure.
Definitely, Fredo, but the Oyigi Shadow Killer is already on to the Grog. Grog, who tries to escape with the wild charge, he won't be escaping. The Shuriken Blades will be doing its damage. On the other hand, coming back to your point, I do agree how Lafukabi should be playing it a little passively right now because they don't have an early game. On the other hand, Vixana really has to wait it out for her items, and even Bruno as well. Though Bruno has that damage, but he just lost a 1v1 battle onto the goal lane. This is definitely not looking good for Team La Fukabi. But The gold lead, the kill lead as well. Definitely favoring towards LCF right now. Maybe a potential gang coming in, but the window is not there. The opportunity is not creating.
Yeah, they're not finding any openings at the moment because the Grok not able to do much. But yeah, right now he was able to support that Bruno getting the kill onto that Moskov, but Moskov goes down as sorry, Bruno went down as well. Oh my God, enough damage from that Hayabusa, but Yves will be the one taking that kill there, and Zozo is left stranded alone in that bottom lane. But meanwhile, look at that Roger trying to go in onto that Yves aggressively. The flicker has been used by Yves. Roger is way out of position and he will be punished for doing that.
Definitely aggressive, is very aggressive. Looks like Eve is there. On the other hand, Eve in the Katurkasa with the Avatar of Guardian, but he will be punished for their Sandriel picking up the kill. Two member already down while higher goals and he has been farming up. 104. That is a score that he has. But he is trying to go in with the OEG Shadow kill. He is very successful, but his teammates are picking up his kills. So definitely it is very good. But on the other hand, even Eve is actually farming up and taking down the turret as well. But it looks like it will be a massacre into the bot lane. A three-man gank onto that Moscow.
Yeah, it does feel like they're targeting down that Moscow of the side of team LAFU KABI. They are leaving out the turtle, but they are targeting that Moscow. So yeah, it's a pretty decent trade, I would say, considering how Brendan will scale into the late game with that critical damage coming in from him. I mean, it will cause a lot of problems for the Khalid and the Carmilla to be taking those hits from that Bruno in the late game. But meanwhile, the Hayabusa has a pretty decent lead over that Roger there because of his farming potential. And with that, now they are focusing onto that mid lane tower, and the Gatot Kacha is the only one there trying to defend it. Will they be able to do it? It does feel like they will be able to, but the damage which they're taking right now does seem concerning. But the Avatar of Guardian has been used, and Moscow will be going down to Gatot Kacha. Nothing new here, just the same old story of Gatot Kacha and Moscow. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Roger does get punished by Lom Lom Mai. They're really trying to force out this mid lane tower as much as they can. The Gatot Kacha goes down as well. The minions are there, but they won't be pursuing it anymore. And the mid lane tower is safe, but it's a very bad trade coming in for the side of Team Lafukabi, losing a lot of members in the process.
They lost a lot of resources as well, definitely. On the other hand, as you mentioned, I'm really not loving the Gatutkacha pick against a Moscow because Moscow, he has no means to escape it out. On the other hand, I have to mention as well how the Roger is getting punished for actually coming in very aggressively with the like and pounce, but there's no one on the side of Team Lafukabi to punish the Hayabusa. Hayabusa who has been freely farming, Hayabusa who has been really taking those kills as well. Look at him, he is trying to get a kill onto that Roger as well. Oh, 50% HP already taken down. Looks like the Wiki Shadow kill will be transferred onto that Grok as well. Error is still there. He is trying to get some damage onto the Avatar of Guardian already popped up onto that two-member man. Yes, that is true, Fredo. But the team fight is still on. The Eternal Guard is still there. But with that, in that moment, uh, Moscow gets a window of opportunity to take down that objectives for himself.
Yeah, they just secured two towers, trying to pressure that mid lane as well as that top lane area. So yeah, even though they did not get anyone in that, in that skirmish, they did manage to get two towers. So it's still a good trade for team LCF there.
Oh yes, definitely a good trade coming in from LCF, but Team Lafu Kabi, they have to step up. They have to show their aggression as well. They have a Roger who was definitely nerfed, but it is still viable in my opinion. So but they are actually but into the top lane looks like error will be picked down, but in the top bot lane the the turrets are being taken off. So I think this is a good trade. But on the other hand, this is also a not good trade as well. A hero, I mean a member for your turrets, but looks like Team LAFU has won out this trade by taking that top lane turret as well. Maybe a invade coming in, possibly, highly possibly.
Yeah, look at that. The Curse of Blood has been used, the real world manipulation as well. I mean, so much zoning potential coming in from the side of Team LCF. Their ultimates have covered a big area, and that is why it's very hard for Team LAFU to do anything in those team fights. And look at that, Gatot Kacha is dealing so much damage, diving along with that Guardian of Avatar of Guardian onto that backline. But he's the only one there, so he's not able to do much. He does need someone to back him up in those backlines. But the zoning potential coming in from Carmilla, from Yves, from Peter, able to do so much, so that the enemy cannot even come inside that zone and try to take a fight.
Definitely, Fredo, the zoning ability, the zoning potential is so high right now from Team LCF. They are actually killing it. On the other hand, Moscow has been free farming every single lane. He has been taking those turrets as well. How come Team LAFU are allowing this? Even though they have a Gatotkacha, but there was a very few moments how Gatotkacha was onto the Moscow. But into the last team fight, we did not see that. Maybe into the next team fight, but it looks like the curse of blood has been connected onto the two members. It will be disconnected as soon as they know that the curse of blood is onto the land of dawn.
Right now, the Lord is already up, and it just feels like they might be, thinking to take the Lord, because it's very, very important for them to take this early Lord and secure that advantage onto them. Meanwhile, look at that. The damage coming in from the Roger is pretty good, but the zoning potential, like I said, the Eve just zoning out that Roger, putting him away, and a nice ultimate coming in from Gatot Kacha. The Roger is going in as well, but there is Lomlomai on that retribution, takes away that Lord, and look at that, Moskov already there to deal enough damage. Now he's going against the Gatot Kacha. He has to be really careful there, and he is careful. But look at that, 4 members going down from the side of Team LAFU, and the Lord is marching down as well very soon.
Is it a game over for LAFU or will Team LAFU can actually come up in time and defend this Lord? Because the early Lord has been taken. It will be marching soon enough from the bot lane, but the minions are still pouring at their inhibitors right now. They managed to pop off the passive of the turrets. On the other hand, look at that. Every member from Team LAFU they are up. They will be defending this Lord. I think it will be an easy defend, but that Roger pick up right before looks like Levi's has been used onto that. Wait a minute, look at the Eternal Guard has been used as well. It is a double kill into the hands of Hayabusa. He is trying to get some more with the Shuriken Blades, but it is just not happening. 4 members already down. Even Moscow was able to pin down the Vexana. Bruno is alone. He is trying to defend, but I don't think so that is possible. And the base, the crystal has been popped off. Team LCF winning the first match.
Yeah, they did. I mean, the Roger, he went in for that blue buff when he just resurrected. That was not a good choice in my opinion, because the Lord was marching down as well. They really needed to defend it. They have the lane clear coming in from the Vexana as well as the Grok. So yeah, it must have been a pretty easy defend, but they did not have the Roger. The Roger was taken down by Hayabusa in his jungle area. Even the Bruno was a bit busy farming up in that top lane. I mean, sorry, clearing that top lane tower. So I mean, if the Roger was there, things would have been different. But yeah, this is the end of the story in this game, and LCF will be winning easily against Team LAFU in the first match.
Yes, that is true. And since this is the best of 5 series, we will be right back with game 2. Will it be Team LAFU showing their aggression, showing their domination to Team LCF, or will it be the vice versa? Be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the game 2 between LCF and LAFU KABI. This is the lower bracket finale
Sir,
between
what's your
LCF
command?
and
Your
LAFU KABI.
team is
So I
banning.
hope you are enjoying the games right now. I am your caster Asuya, and I will be joined by Ray.
The
So
hunt
hello there, Ray.
begins. Your team is
Hello
banning.
there, Asuya, and our dear viewers who are tuning in to this lower bracket finals that is going between Team Lafukavi and Team Lakshmi Chit Fund. And thank you for the brilliant introduction as usual, Asuya. Anyways, these both teams have made it so far. They have uh, taken this spot into this lower bracket finals, and this is their opportunity, the only opportunity they will be getting to get the position
Who
in the
said there
grand
are no
finals to be
shortcuts in
facing
Your
life?
off
team
I
is
against the top
literally
banning.
of the
invented
top.
one.
So I'm curious to see how both teams will be performing because I know they will be putting their best into it as we are proceeding into the draft section. And I think this is the standard drafts coming in: Chip, Ruby, Phobius, and I think the Fanny is a respect band coming in for I think Lom Lom Mai. Yes,
Absolutely, I have seen Lom Lom Mai on so many junglers, and I repeat it like every time. He is an absolutely amazing jungler right there. Whatever you hand him to him,
As
he will
fleeting
give
as a
absolutely
Your
brilliant
snowflake in
team is
results.
breath,
banning.
And yes,
as
Fanny is
timeless
one
as
of
a
his main picks
glacier's
right there,
heart.
so she will be banned as a respect ban. At the same time, we do see a chip Mobius, Ruby, and also an Aurora being banned in the first phase. So, Ray, do you think Vexana will be banned too, or will we see another respect ban incoming? Because I have seen that Peter on so many mages, and he does quite well. Not gonna lie.
yeah, but Huey
Still
Speeder has
waters
a lot
run
of
deep.
comfort picks,
Your
especially
team is
the
picking.
two, the Vexana and the Luowi. But at the same time, Lom Lom Mai's assassin is such a massive threat for so many teams, even for a team like Lafu Kabi, that they will just be banning him out. They know Link can be prioritized immediately by Lom Lom Mai, and the domination, the snowball could. It is a massive gamble.
Your
Like they
team is
could be able to
picking.
counter the Link, maybe they won't be able to, and they do not want to take that risk. A really smart decision coming in, keeping the Vexana and all the other mages open for who is Peter. They
Line
will
me
be
up and
ignoring
watch
it
the
for now
world
at least,
burn!
but Isle of Kicks picking up that Hylos, I think they want to utilize the glorious pathway, and he will be going for the roam, but I'm not that sure about it because I think Lafokabi will be picking up the Xborg as a response on the side. Let's see if Zozo will be picking up one of his favorite mages, the Vexana. Not to mention, it's not just about being favorite. She is just such a top pick mage.
Magic
She
of
is
my life.
absolutely
Your
the
team
queen
is
of the
picking.
Netherrealm. The Hardage was open. I almost forgot Brandon's signature pick coming in as well.
Hayabusa!
Two really good picks
Sanjo!
going for the side of Team Lafukabi, but there are so many heroes open in this meta that I almost forgot that Hayabusa is open for Lom Lom Mai. Are you excited for this game, Asaya? Because we'll be seeing Assassin from Lom Lom Mai.
Absolutely, I am looking forward to that Hayabusa play incoming from the side of Lum Lum Mai. At the same time, I did see Brandon on his Harith, and he is an absolute disaster in the late game. So I think LCF needs to contain that Harith early on, from the very early on in the game, because we all have seen if he is not, shut down quite a few times, his damage is insane.
Mandala
His
Your team
priority
is
is
picking.
also insane. At the same time, we do see a Lunox being prioritized right there. I really thought it would be something else because Lunox wouldn't be banned right there, but they still picked her up, Ray. So, what are your thoughts?
I think there are a few explanations that I have for this at least. Well, first of all, Zozo. Zozo can pick up the Vexana, but he can also go for the
Hope
Lunox
will
to
find
counter
a way,
out
Your team
the
even
is
when all
picking.
is
Hayabusa with the
forlorn.
Brilliance form. So they do not want that. Second of all, they they kind of do not want, I guess, uh, like it being denied because Lunox is a really good pick onto that goal lane because aggressive is picking up that Xbox, so Lunox can easily dodge that last insanity. So I think those two possible reasons would explain why there was a strong Lunox pick coming in. And Zozo picking up one of his signature Vexana picks as well. Right now, I'm curious, will Huis Peter go for the Luoi, one of his signature picks, or will we see a different mage? Because the top mages, the Aurora has been banned out, Vexana has been picked, Lunox has been picked. So I'm curious, what will he be going for mid lane? What's your bet he will be going for
Your
his
team
main?
is banning.
Oh,
I
Valentina.
was gonna say it could be a Valentina or a Louis, but since Valentina has also been banned out, I think this is the play between majors right there. Both the teams know that both the teams have pretty good picks in the mid lane, so yeah, they will be banning out so many mages right there. And at the
I am
same
the
time, one more
priestess of
thing which I
primal
would like to
lightning,
say here
the
is
hunter
that
of all the
Lunox
evil
is a pretty
gods.
good counter for that Harriet. She can, I think she will be able to shut her down, or maybe there will be a almost equal thing happening in the gold lane if she like goes there. At the same time, I think else Lafukabi can go for a Kufra or a Mincetar, and they haven't been banned from the side of LCF, so I'm not sure if LCF would be looking to ban these two out because they can counter that Hayabusa right there.
Yep, I think they can, but at the same time, Team LCF, like we've already seen, they always have like one of those creative strategies that somehow work in the end, unless they, do a few blunders that I've
True
noticed
love
in this
is like
tournament so
your
far.
team is
Carmilla
banning.
will be banned out as well from the side of Lafogabi. And just like you were saying, both teams have really, really good mages. Who is Peter versus Zozo? So a lot of mages being denied. But I think two of the good mages have already been picked. I mean, Sunreal is actually the gold laner, but it's still a mage pick after all. So I think both have a good balance of magic damage. But I think that Edith's ban was maybe not that
For
necessary, because
honor!
if Edith is
Your
picked
team
up
is
by Team
picking.
Lafu Kabi, they would have too much magic damage. But at the same time, you never know people's strategy, because I think if you have a lot of bursts, even if your team has a lot of magic, it doesn't really matter, because bursts cannot be countered that easily by the defenses, because Athena's passive only stays up to 5 seconds, and it can easily be baited out by any of the magic damage dealers. So I think it is a wise decision to ban out the Edith as well as the Tiger. It is one of the favorite picks for K, I think, but maybe I could see a Grok coming in, maybe I could see a Kufra coming in, but only time will tell, because it is the last four picks from both sides. Oh, I think your predictions might be true. I think K will be locking in that Kufra.
Your team is picking.
Well, I did think that they would be going for a Kufra because yes, Hayabusa has been picked up, and especially on Lom Lom Mai, he is a disaster. So they should be absolutely having a counter right there to lock onto that Hayabusa. Now it all depends how well K initiates the team fight. Will he be charging on to specifically target locking that Hayabusa, or will he be looking to gang someone else? That time will tell.
Where
But
there
yes,
is
of
light,
course,
there are
at the same
also
time, Ray,
shadows.
we see Louis on Peter. He is such a good, it's one of his main picks right there. So I think we will have quite a show right
Your
there.
team is picking.
Yep, absolutely. And I was thinking, I mean, it's not that his hero pool is low, but I think he would obviously try to go for a comfort pick, a hero that he is really, really confident that he can dominate the enemies. And most of his options were already taken down. So I was really thinking it would be the Luowi. But at the same time, it all comes down to execution. But because in usual game, Luowi is not that much of a good pick right here, because she can be picked off from that Kufra, from the Harith, from even the Vexana alone. So it might not be a good pick in other hands, but I do have the trust in who is Peter, who will be able to utilize it quite well. But at the same time, Kufra pick is a kind of controversial pick in the pro scene, because there are two reasons. The first reason is that uh, it can be countered, obviously, and second reason is that if Kufra misses out his jumps in a very bad place, he can instead of helping his team, he might be feeding himself to the enemy. That is why many people do not try to risk it with Kufra. But the side of Team Lafokabi picking it up, I believe they have a good strategy, because I am seeing a Chow EXP. Like, I'm sure there were Chow EXPs in this tournament so far, but Tao, he's not that meta relevant right now. So I am curious how Mina will be executing it. Aren't you curious how Mina will be performing as well, as yeah?
Well, yes, I am, and I have seen Mina playing Hylos a lot. So yeah, I think that Hylos got stolen from Mina. So she will be or he will
Welcome
be
to
going
Mobile
for that
Legends!
Joe. So I'm not sure how that Joe will work out.
5
Maybe
seconds till the
he
enemy
might be
reaches
thinking
the
that if
battlefield.
Jawhead comes to the
Smash
EXP
them!
lane, he could just immune his ultimate charge. But at the same time, we do see that Hylos is the one who will be tanking. Wait, Hylos is not the one. He will be going for the EXP as I did see that Joe had buy that roam right there. So I think this will be quite an interesting match as both the junglers, they start the Hayabusa from his blue buff and Joe Head helping out with the red buff right there. At the same time, X-Borg also starting from the red buff. So I think they will be looking to gank the gold lane there, Ray.
Yeah, both junglers mirroring their rotations as both proceeded to go to the left side of the map, and Johad is trying to take down the Lethal Wonder as fast as can possible. And it is a slight advantage. He is trying to provide vision onto that X-Borg as well, as we have already proceeded into the Land of Dawn. Both teams are already looking for an engage. Blue is better in a little bit of an odd position, but it was saved by the ejector from Isle of Pigs. Oh no! A kill! First blood for the side of Team LAFU.
Well, that Chloe should have been careful because I have seen Vexana waiting out in the bush in so many places in so many tournaments, and yes, that the same thing took that Chloe down, that first kill along with the second one, and at the same time, I do see that Jawhead is also in pretty low HP. I think they should be trying to return because Vixana is a mage who has amazing damage from early to the late game. I know she scales a lot in the late game, but we cannot deny how absolutely terrifying she can be right from point one into the game. And at the same time, we do see some skirmish happening near the turtle, but not much will be happening. I think they will be looking to gang for that turtle now, Ray.
Yep, and the Xborg aggressive, playing the aggressive, trying to take the turtle as soon as possible. I think Hayabusa is also onto that scene. K is looking for an engage. Oh, a beautiful jump coming in. I think Hayabusa will get taken down, but no, Ugi Shadow kill coming in clutch, but almost saving him, but no, he will be taken down. Look at Zozo at 1 HP trying to run away, but he will get punished for taking down the jungler from the side of Team LCF, as well as Mina also came to the scene, but he was not able to do much because he doesn't have enough sustain as well as any damage at this point of the game as they're forced to retreat. Oh no, he's being taken down by the Luna. I think a great response coming in from Sandriel, who was paying really good attention to the map and was able to pinpoint the Tao's recall location and took him down, giving them a fair trade 2 for 2. But I think taking down that Hayabusa was a quite good trade for the side of Team LAFU, but we are back to square zero. The turtle being started again. Let's see which team will be able to take it.
And Louis using her teleport onto that bush, but Mina checked it out. At the same time, that Kupra with his charge, stunning that Louis. That was a beautiful, initiation right there, but wasn't much used. At the same time, last insanity has been popped up and revitalized. It's also been used at the same time. That eternal card knocking up that Louis has been taken down. Oh my god, just look at how low HP that X-Borg is, and I think the turtle will be taken by LCF because X-Borg has been taken down, and like Kufra does try to charge in, but I think they should be looking to retreat right now.
Yep, that was a great team fight, but I think Aggressive was a little bit more aggressive. He used that ultimate quite early on onto the Hylos, who had that revitalize, and I think using that ultimate early on did pay him because he lost his life and he lost that easy turtle that could have been on their hands. As Team LCF is looking to engage for that first turtle, 4 minutes in, the turtle reset it again. Both teams doing a turtle dance back and forth. So many ultimates and so many resources being used left and right. Both teams just retreating again. The first turtle still not being taken. Oogie Shadow kill coming in. Oh my god, Eternal God coming in as well, saving Zozo from that onslaught, but that kill will be taken down by Isle of Kicks on that Jawhead, really proving, why Jawhead is such a good roamer. He's not just a good roamer, he can also take down people quite well. Oh, Mina is trying to look for an engage, but I think that is a really wrong move because he's on to like 3 people. He's stuck on the wall, but he just decides to retreat because Team LCF is not feeling that hungry. They want to play a little passive and not cause any blunders for now.
Well, finally, after 3 team fights, the turtle dip was taken down. At the same time, I think that Kufra is in a bad position right there, but he will be able to escape. Like, just look at the damage coming from that
no.
Lunox. At the same time, that only shadow kill onto that Vexana by the Hayabusa. Just like I mentioned before, Lon Mai is so good at prioritizing his targets, and he plays safe. He doesn't just jump in like many other people do. At the same time, he looking to gang that Harriet because Lunox is,
Mhm.
please take it up.
Yep, and I think there is an ambush brewing up on the side of Team LCF. They are waiting, but seeing the Kufa, they might be backing off. Oh no, they will just be using their poking and they will be retreating. Thunderbelt bought by the Chow for that extra stacking and damage. Who Speeder getting that glowing one, giving them the life pain and the heal effect. Oh, they're looking for a conceal play. Oh, I love Kicks by jumping in, I think, quite early on, but he was able to survive. Oh my god, the damage coming in from Lunox was able to take down K so early on, but I think I Love Kicks will be punished for that engage because I think he jumped in quite aggressively because aggressive is also playing aggressive. Mina coming in at the clutch of time was able to take down Sunreal on that Lunox as both teams will be doing trade of kills, but Hayabusa is Lomlomai is really impressive. He knows that team fight on that bot lane is quite unnecessary and he will not be joining it. Instead, he took out one objective and it was the turret, and I think that was a more worth it trade for the side of Team LCF. But the mid turret is facing an onslaught. Xbox using up his Firaga armor quite early on, but I think, oh, look at Hayabusa surviving from the team fight with 30% of his HP left, but I think the turtle might be going to the side of aggressive unless Hayabusa comes in with a steal.
Well, yes, absolutely, but I don't think so. Hayabusa will be charging in, or maybe he will be because there is enough disruption coming from that Jawhead, and no, but at the nick of time, he couldn't reach there. At the same time, we do see Brilliant's form of Lunox helping her to escape, and Glorious Pathway has also been deployed. And just look at that Eternal Guard along with that Terrorize onto that Louis. Oh my god. At the same time, I think that Hylos will be charging ahead to get some kills, and Zaman Force has also been popped up, so I think he will be taken down by that Harriet. It was more of an over-engage right there, but look at that Chaos Assault coming from that Luna, but she will be punished since he is right into the turret by Mina. What a beautiful trade right there, Ray.
Yeah, but I think that trade was really beautiful, but I think LAFU KABI was able to come out at the top because they were able to take down the goal laner. Zaman Force being used quite early on. Hardit looking in a little bit of an odd position, but he was able to take down the Jawhead without any issues. Oh my god, will Brendan be able to take down the Hayabusa as well? Oh my god, yes. What a really good engage coming in from his side. I think he knew that Hayabusa's ultimate was on cooldown, and look at that. Lomlom Mai just got his ultimate back, and it was such, I think Lomlom Mai must be like so upset, like, oh my god, I only had 1 second to use my ultimate onto that Harriet and securing him. But I think that was a great communication from the side of LAFU KABI, knowing when the ultimate was. We are seeing the Wave of the Dragon coming in, the Eternal God being used as well. Mina forced to retreat from that place because he took a lot of damage, but considering the mid turret is down for the side of Team LCF, looks like LAFU KABI is looking in a better place as the score is completely even with the gold as well.
Absolutely, and at the same time, I would love to mention, how Zozo is working out, but look at that teleport from that Louis onto that Harriet. Harriet tries to dash away, but no, look at that bounce coming from that Kufra. At the same time, Eternal Guard has also been popped up with a knockup, and Luna will be taken down because of that kick from Mina. At the same time, Hylos trying to run away, but Hylos just Kufra charging in, and he will be taken down. But look at that check coming from that Jawhead, saving their life. Only 3 people from the side of LCF remain. It was a very bad trade, I think, because the Lord has just spawned, and LAFU KABI will be looking to take this Lord down.
Yeah, LAFU is looking in a better position, but I think they do not want to, play aggressive. Teleportation gameplay coming in, but a beautiful flicker saving Kufra from the conceal play that was just coming in. Harit was also trying to bait out that. I think Mina is really playing well right now. He was able to pick off that Lunox twice. Eternal Guard coming in. The glorious play being used. Harit jumping in with that Zaman Force. Last Insanity popping in. So many resources being used left and right, but it was Team LAFU who was able to come out on top. Real great discipline coming in, knowing when to engage as they were able to take down two members from the side of LCF, and it will be an uncontested Lord. Lom Mai trying to make an objective play, trying to push that bot turret, and he was able to, succeed in it. And I think that is kind of a good trade because there is only an inhibitor left for that bot lane, and if they are able to take the next Lord, they will be able to take it down and turn the tides back into their favor.
Well, it is the first Lord, so I think it will be pretty easy to defend from the side of LCF. But one thing which I was gonna mention even in last time before the team fight just broke up, but just look at that. Lunox takes down that Harriet. Like how beautiful that teleports are coming from that Chloe right at the most specific spot, locking down onto one person. And the Vexana at the same time, I'm really loving how she's, prioritizing that Louis because she knows that she's the one causing so much trouble. Because just look at that, I think that they will be looking to take down that Joe, but Joe has some defense, so he will be. No, at the same time, Vixana takes that Lunox down, and even Jawhead is in a very bad position, and last Insanity is popped in to take him down, and Hayabusa is all alone using his ultimate, and Hylos helping him out to move out, but Revitalize has also popped in, so I think there won't be much damage right there, but Kufra has been taken down, and Harith has joined in. The Zaman Force has been popped in. Just look at that true damage coming from that Xbox, taking down that Hylos. Like so much happening one by one, so many people just dying right there. I am really loving the team fights right here, Ray.
And just like that, we will be seeing the itemization coming in from both teams due to thankful to a streamer, and we can see the items coming in. Look at Xborg, he has prioritized the Radiant armor first, knowing that Lunox as well as the Louis will be dealing most of the damage. Not to mention, he also has prioritized the anti-Kiras for that Hayabusa damage. Great itemization from him. Harit going for that standard damage build, and you can see that Jawhead is also going for that standard tank build, the Athena Dominance Eyes combo. Both teams are looking for an engage, but you can see both teams just have really great itemization in general, and you can see that I think Luo as well as Jawhead should stop trying to fight Mina, because you can see he has Thunderbell stacks. Not to mention, he also a great Silence Rage coming in, as well as the Eternal Guard being popped right at time. Zozo buying that Winter Truncheon in the middle of the team fight, knowing that the ultimate could be coming in, but it was up to no avail. Lomlomai being taken down in that team fight, and I think things are not looking good for the side of Team LCF. They were off to a great start in the beginning, but the late game scaling is so much better for the side of Team LAFU, considering they have the Xborg and that Harith, as they will be proceeding to take down that top inhibitor without any issues, or they might be even able to take down Hui Speeder as well. Oh my god, Mira just surviving with 1 HP. Oh my god, the LAFU, all of them survived at 1 HP.
Well, I think Louis will be
Oh my god.
with that teleport, I was predicting that. Just look at that Jawhead trying to throw that Lunox to take that Xborg down, because they know the Lord has just come up, and taking down that Xborg is a priority right there, but the entire team has healed and come back. Look at K. He must be looking for, the Hayabusa to lock onto, but at the same time, LCF is trying to start the Lord. Do you think, Trey, will they be able to take this Lord right there?
Oh, the last Insanity coming in. Whose Retribution? Oh, it is Lomlomai coming out at top, securing that Luminous Lord, as Team LAFU is forced to retreat despite that great engage coming in. I think Mina being taken down onto, that brilliant teleportation coming in from who is Peter. Like I think it gave them the edge to the side of team LCF, because Mina not being in that team fight, they were not able to prioritize any of the members, and they couldn't really lock onto that Hayabusa, who just had the really on-time retribution securing this Luminous Lord. And we can see the itemizations again. Oh, Kufra also went in for the Thunderbell combo. I think he wants to deal a sufficient amount of damage. You can also see Vexana has prioritized. Oh, Harit also prioritized the Winter Crown. They are trying to nullify the Hayabusa as much as possible. We are seeing the teleportation gameplay coming in, but I think both teams will just try to. Oh no, I think both teams are hungry. Both teams want to engage. So many resources being used. Eternal Guard, Last Insanity not being used yet, but just used at this point. Harit using up his Winter Crown to immune the damage coming in. Lunox charging in with that Brilliance and using up the Chaos to take a double kill. And I think Team LCF, despite the odds, were able to come out at the top of this team fight, as Mina is against the world, against the whole of LCF with the Luminous Lord onto the side. And I think this game will be going to Lakshmi Chit Fund. What a disciplined gang in the last minute.
Well, yes, they did. We did see an
Victory!
epic comeback from the side of LCF. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this, but they turned the odds against them. Like it was a complete 360-degree turn right there. I think LAFU KABI should have waited for the Lord to reach the base, but they just decided to engage while the Lord was just marching down from the bot lane. I think it was a very overextension right there, because Lord and the team fight right there was a pretty bad decision. And at the same time, we cannot miss how Peter on his ultimate from that low E was teleporting at the most pinpointing locations, the most precarious people right there, and taking them down, because they knew that Mina was the one who was the bone of contention in the team fights. So I did see them trying to target lock that Mina towards the end of the game. And yes, it did work out. At the same time, I really loved how Vexana, she was trying to, always gank and single lock target that Lui, because she did die a lot because of the chain CC coming from that Vexana. And at the same time, we cannot ignore how good that Hayabusa Mai was. First, when he knew that the team fights were not on their side, he was just trying to split push, and later when they knew that they have that damage, they have that potential, he just went ahead contesting and prioritizing the main things right there. So Ray, do you agree with me?
Definitely, I agree with you, Asuya. Great analysis of what happened in this game. So I won't be repeating it. I will just, if you look at the stat page, you can look at Lom Mai's push. It is 90%, 11,000 turret damage coming in. I think he really prioritized the objectives over the team fights, which did push them into a corner in that mid phase where, they were not able to engage. But he had his belief on his team. He had his trust on who is Peter's teleportation, and those beautiful gangs coming in. They're disciplined, locked down onto Brandon, onto Vexana, was able to win out those engages, as they will be securing this game number 2, and we will be proceeding on to game number 3. And ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned, as we will be back as soon as possible.
And welcome back, everyone. We are back into game three. LCF up with the lead right now, taking a 2-0 in this best of, in this series already. And for this game, I'm your caster Baldudo along with Humana, and
Who
we're heading
said there
right
are no
into the bans
shortcuts
with
in
Your
Chip
life?
team
taken
I
is
off
literally
scanning.
instantly.
invented one.
Man, oh man, the chip ban. I think it's going to be a permanent coming on for the finals, Paul Dudu, because there hasn't been a single match where I have not seen the chip getting banned out. I mean, we are going to see maybe the potential Ruby high loss as well. Also, could
The
be the
hunt
Soyu. But let's
begins.
talk
Your
about,
team is
both
banning.
the teams as individuals. Like both of them have been performing really, really well, Ball Dudu. Like they do have the potential. I mean, Team Lafu was also able to, defeat ABM once yesterday, if I am not wrong. So I think it's going to be a little bit interesting unless LCF, has that advantage early on right from the bat. But we will have to give it to Lafu as well. I mean, they have been showing some amazing gameplays coming in from their team side. So what do you think Team Lafu should, kind of do to get this lead onto their table as of now, Baldudu?
I think the first thing is Lafu Kabi has to pay
Your team
attention to
is
the way they
banning.
execute their team fights. That is something we have
Still
seen
waters
them,
run deep.
Your
making
team
errors, and
is
they do a
banning.
great job in the early game. But once it becomes a full-on 5v5, that is where they kind of struggle in dividing their targets efficiently. They either commit too much onto one person or they commit too less onto that person, due to which a lot of the times their opponents escape with a sliver of their HP and they're able to re-engage. They have to pay attention to how they commit and to not overcommit.
I do agree with you, and I think they should start target banning heroes for team side of LCF, because we have seen that Sanriel being really annoying with that Mincy pick. You do not want to give him that Mincy Thar onto the gold
Light me
lane.
up
Also,
and
the
watch
Harith
Your
the
could be a
team
really
is
world
good ban
banning.
coming
burn.
in, but right off the bat, they are banning off that Xborg for
I
the
am not the
error
only
onto the
one
side
bound
of
by
Team
Your
these
team
LCF,
is
and the
picking.
chains.
Fovius a standard ban coming in. Meanwhile, you
I have
still
some.
have the Hayabusa open,
Your
which
team is picking.
Lycan is going to go ahead and lock on. And like you mentioned yesterday, Baldo, like Lycan is one of the best junglers that we currently have in the Indian scene, especially on that Assassins. I mean, what do you feel with the first pick coming in as Hayabusa already onto Lycan's hand?
And yeah, Lycans has finally got an assassin pick for himself. He has been
The
denied a
sun
lot of
rises when
options,
I
but
give the
finally
word.
he is on one of his comfort picks. uh, while it is not the Fanny, because personally he is a Fanny main and I have seen him play the Fanny. So I was kind of expecting we would be in for a treat to get to see the Fanny, but it is the Hayabusa that he has picked up. Meanwhile, Error has responded with a Khalid pick. After that Phobius taken out,
Command
Khalid and
confirmed.
Grok.
Your team
Very,
is
Rhino
very
picking.
online.
interesting, because you normally don't see the EXP and Roam picked up so early in this current patch.
I do agree with you, but you cannot leave the Grok onto the
I
hands
didn't
of
cure the pain.
Team Lafukabu,
I
because
harnessed
the
it.
kind of annoyance that he is, especially after the mana changes that he has received, he is really strong both in the Roam and EXP position. But we are seeing Zozo yet again on the Valentina, which didn't quite work for him yesterday onto the last match. Sure, she does counter all of the CC and ultimates that the team LCF has the potential to pick
True
up.
love
But if you
is
are
like your
going to
team
shut her
is
down early
picking.
on to the game, that I did see happening to Valentina's quiet a lot, she cannot do a lot
Sir,
for her
what's
own
your
team.
command?
Meanwhile,
Your team
Lom
is
going
banning.
ahead and picking out that Fanny right off the bat. I think they should secure a Minsithar pick for Sandriel onto the goal lane as of now, because they've already picked the jungler team. Lafukabu has picked the mage, so they do not require the mage as of now. Or maybe they can ban out the Minsithar if they do not want to give it out to Team Lafukabi as of now, Baldudu.
There is that, like Lom picking up the Fanny for himself, and it feels like Peter has picked up the Grok to just prevent the Fanny from getting
Muscle of
countered by a
iron.
Grok, because
Your
usually that's the
team
pick
Ruthless
they
is
take.
steel.
banning.
But yeah, now the bans are, the second phase of banning has begun. They have taken out the Gatot Kacha, because the avatar, his avatar ultimate is just so strong, and It's more than catching the people. It is used to disrupt their formation. Like you use the ult and everybody scatters, and it's such a great thing for pick-off comps, which is what
Magic is
LAFU
my
is
life. Your
known for.
team is
So
banning.
let's see. And otherwise, also Gatto is really strong, especially against physical damage heroes, which are the all the three picks so far. LC has picked up for themselves. So it's up to Lakshmi Chit Fund now to do the final ban from their side, as Harith has been taken out by LAFU.
I mean, that is a choke coming in for
Your
Sandreal.
team
We
is
do know
banning.
how annoying he can be onto the goal lane. You still have the option to pick out or ban that Alice. They have went ahead and banned the Lunox. I mean, both really meta picks for the goal lane, but you still have. I really do not want Team Lafukabi to give Sandreal his comfort pick. I mean, they should be
Hope will
playing
find a
around that
way,
choke coming in. They
even
could
when
have
all is
banned
forlorn.
the Aurora in my option because she can be a menace. But I think they do want Team LCF to go ahead and pick that Aurora because you have the
I
Valentine
am
on your
vengeance
side, but Sandriel
incarnate.
going ahead and locking on to that Moscow. I mean, this is new coming in from Sandriel. I've never seen him played on around that Moscow. I think Team LCF is now very heavily dependent onto the late game aspect because you do have Fanny for the early game, you have a security as Moscow for the late. So right now, I think that just leaves them with a mage pick which they have not yet taken onto their side.
And yeah, the mage pick. I guess we might be seeing. But if I think Peter has picked it up for I Love Cakes. The pick. Maybe he forgot to swap in time, so they probably just picked the Grok up for him. Unless we will be seeing something like an Angela, by I Love Cakes, who might pick up an Angela for himself, or a Florin, which is not traditionally tanky in any aspect. But yeah, is it? We'll have to see what is up, because Mina has completed the side of Lafu's draft. But no, it's I Love Cakes who will be taking the mage. I hope they're swapping, unless LCF is feeling really confident and they want to swap the roles around, which is not a problem. But yeah, it is a statement
Fleeting as a
if they do
snowflake's
so.
breath,
We'll have to see if
as
the swap is
timeless as
up.
a
Yeah,
glacier's
it is a
heart.
swap. It is Peter on the mage. If not, I guess that would be a very interesting thing to watch with Humana. Like, I mean, those are statements, man. When you're not bringing out your main, if you're that confident, that's wow. you
I
know.
mean, really off the topic, Baldo, it just threw me off to the match where we saw mid Leomord coming in, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was a mid Grok for Peter right there, but they definitely did swap it out. I think both the teams are looking quite strong. I'm just scared about Zozo on that Valentina because she can copy most of the ults, which is kind of useful for their team. If you look at the aspects of the team fight, they have two frontliners. They do have the Hayabusa for the back lane. I mean, Sandriel needs to be a little bit careful playing onto the goal lane. It can be a potential dive onto him early onto the game. We'll have to wait and see, Baldo. But we are diving in on to the land of Dawn and Hayabusa straight off the bat, starting off with the red. A clear goal lane rotation going to come in from him right now, Baldo.
And yeah, right now, the early game, we have to see will Lom Lom make some aggressive plays, because that's how the Fanny's always played. The hero itself demands such a play style, because she starts to fall off towards the late, not being able to sustain that much. So yeah, LCF will be hunting for fights left and right. And the Khalid pick by error is a showcase of that, because he puts up so much pressure on the lane. Look at that. We might see him already bait out a flicker or two, but yes, he's committed. He's used up his flicker instead. The Earthshatter used up, and the first blood picked up by Carmilla on K on this Carmilla already. But the blue buff taken up by Haya pretty safely. And look at how aggressive this man is playing. He's using his shadows left and right, trying to make sure he gets every single creep he can, denying the invade by this Fanny. A great job by Lycan on this Hayabusa already. He's showing a really good mastery on those shadows.
I agree. I mean, good decision coming in from error right there, but the execution was not. That might be kind of iffy right there, but a lot of damage happening onto the goal lane. Look at the HP, Sadriel. I mean, just 10%
50% of his HP. Kill looking to get a kill on him. Will be forced back by the second skill of Moscow right there. I mean, man, he still is not recalling. I mean, just take the recall. Why? Okay. I think he will get that farm and recall back. But man, oh man, that's quite a lot of poke coming out to Sandreal right there. I mean, I think Team LAFU knows that they need to shut the Moscow down early on from the game, but that is a shadow kill on Fanny right there.
And look at that, Error is also really low, man. Escapes to the sliver of his HP. Valentina using the oh my god, flicker play with Khalid's copied ult on the IMU. A lot of resources used to pick up a kill on an EXP, is really low, and instead she falls, paying a price, having nothing to escape. Zozo, not the best play. Was it really worth trading a flicker and everything for that kill? I'm not so sure, because now the turtle is at a stalemate. Both teams are just contesting. The junglers are nowhere close to the objective. They're just trying to get their buffs up. And look at that, the ultimate used up by Khalid as he picks up a kill on to K. It is a reflection of what happened in the first minute, where it was K picking up the first blood on Error. And look at that, on the mid side, Fanny with those really fast hands using the steel cable, and that Cutthroat instantly securing a kill onto Zozo. He did not even get time to react. Meanwhile, Peter is there along with I Love Cakes, who is zoning out this higher Lycan, not getting a chance to breathe, using his dashes left and right. There is no way he's able to sustain as the wild charge takes him down. As right now Mina popped really low. You have Carmilla over there. K is there to provide support, but is it really worth it? They have wasted a lot of time, man. Their entire advantage in the early game is gone with that fight.
The Moscow trying to be sneaky with the spear of destruction, missing him by just like slight, angle, but really good, map presence coming in from Sanreal right there. Meanwhile, yeah, they did have the potential, but I think it is kind of leaning more towards the side of Lakshmi Chit Fund right now, because look at the map rotations. Fanny with those cables, she can rotate really fast onto the gold lane. They are trying to look to get the Moscow snowballed, because right now it looks a little bit iffy for him, because Brendan is doing really great job, freezing the lane for Sandreal right there. Both the gold laners trying to look for some skirmish, but who is Peter getting caught in that bush right there?
And
Will
look
be
at that.
forced to retreat back?
I think Peter is able to get back safely, and see, that is the issue that I mentioned. LAFU KABI is so good at that micro, but they fail to communicate with each other. They end up committing too less or too much. Like, they committed too much onto Error at the bot side. Then they committed too little onto Peter as he was able to escape. And it's not the first time this has happened. Even Sandreal at the early game was able to escape. So it is not a one-time, one-off situation. It is a issue that is persisting with the team, and that is leading to costly mistakes, spending a lot of resources. But look at that. Meanwhile, on the mid side, there who's Peter gets the entire ult face on, but it was not gonna fall down. The damage of this Hayabusa is lacking. Zozo hitting nothing but air with that copied wild charge. Meanwhile, I Love Cakes holding on to his own ultimate, not playing the patient game, wants to use it up on the turtle, as he knows Lom Lom will need that help, with that zone.
Well, I do agree. Meena, meanwhile, using her CC right there, trying to get I Love Cakes really low before the turtle engage. But look at Error, his positioning is really nice right there. I mean, both the teams do not want to give out the turtle after the buff that it has received. Quite important for you as a team into the team fight. Both Error and Meena trying to low each other down, but Lom Lom already onto the turtle along with the shot being used of Peter, forcing him to push up his back right there, and that is a kill on Peter by Meena. The raging sandstorm being used, but will not be enough right there, Baldudu.
And again, Meena falls, not able to contribute as much as he would like to do in this fight, but Lycan sneakily taking away that. Turtle uses the retribution, picks it up for himself. That additional adaptive attack is gonna help them out. But look at that once again. Error escaping with the sliver of his HP. I Love Cakes too. It is amazing how these guys are able to get away with such aggressive plays and go unpunished. I'm actually surprised, Humana, how these guys are making it out so many times. That KDA is Error is lucky with that KDA right now. This is third, fourth time he's escaped at that HP. But meanwhile, Zozo falls once again to the tables, not getting a second of respite in the mid lane. The second he shows his vision, this guy falls instantly. Lycan does not get the stacks on, the passive stacks on Aurora, chooses to just back out. Meanwhile, Brody uses his flicker. Brendan is still wanting to continue the fight, uses his ult, but it's not enough to pick up a kill. Meanwhile, K committing on to who is Peter, but nothing else happens. It was just a poke left and right. Again, look at that on both sides. Error is low once again, human, huh?
Man, the second skill is coming in really handy for error right there onto the experience. But Baldu, I have noticed that the mistake coming in from Team LAFU KABI. But wait, hold on a minute. That could have been a potential team fight right there, but I think Team LAFU KABI is being really smart about it. It is a great decision to be retreating back from there because there were, members present right there. Ooh, Meena not looking in a really good position. Will be falling down onto the hands of Low Mai right there. Error once again caught in between two people. Will be using his second skill along with the Raging Sand to retreat back with 80% of the HP. Meanwhile, Brody trying to secure the mid lane tower will be successful with it, but wait a minute, that is not looking good. So the curse of blood coming in handy for LAFU KABI right there, but unfortunately she will be falling down onto the hands of who is Peter right there. Sandreal trying to get some blood onto Zozo, but she will be escaping as well. Ball Dudu. Man.
Dude, how did they just keep getting away with it, man? At this point, I can't even say that, LCF is playing the clinical game and, they are a clearly better team because you can't get away with that these many times. And at this point, I'm not sure if LAFU KABI is making a mistake or if LCF is just that good. To able to constantly analyze those.
Yes, I have
those margins.
Ball Dudu. I'm sorry to cut you off, but the gap where Team LCA. Oh, there are fights after fights, Ball Dudu.
And Brendan gets knocked back and sent to a wall, pinned against it with no space to react as he falls. Brendan falls for the second time this game, and right now again they want to fight and commit onto Sandreal, but his team is there to prevent and dissuade LAFU KABI from making any sort of aggressive plays. K Error pushing the issue onto the K losing half of his HP as a price. There's no way this man escaped once again. He does. God damn it! What is happening? Meanwhile, look at Lycan. Look at Lycan. Oh my God! He uses ult, but the stacks were not active on the Fanny, so he falls. But meanwhile, Zozo picking up a kill. That Frigid Glacier copy used up by the by the Valentina was absolutely perfect. The copy did it better than the original right now. Both sides using up their ultimate. A beautiful 3-man set by Meena. He's using his ultimate, but gets picked off before the damage is even online. The Primal Wrath is not even seen this game because he dies taking on too much damage by the time it starts, but K is getting chased down, takes a few cables to his face. Lycan wants to press the issue, but who is Peter dissuades him from doing so. As the Lord is up for 10 minutes now. The 10-minute Lord is up, but we might see it going into the Luminous Lord without, neither team failing to, secure it.
Man, both the teams are trying to get because before they can start the Lord fight, because they both have equal potentials to win the team fight. Ball Dudu, I think a little bit of misplay coming in from Error right there because that was like a little bit early initiation from him, which caused them Sandreal onto the team fight. Ooh, the White House landing on. Oh, Valentina right there, but the curse of blood not enough to save her onto the team fight.
And look at that. You have another kill picked up, man. Zozo's fallen for the 5th time right now. It feels like he's playing a roam right now. As we see in the mid lane, there's a skirmish going on. They want to press the issue on the tier 3, but LAFU KABI is able to hold on to it for now, keeping their turrets and themselves safe. I can't say the same about Zozo, but the rest of them staying along just fine. Another pin onto the wall, but no one wants to press the issue onto Meena. Meanwhile, look at Lycan. This man really has been trying to secure the kill onto Lom Mai since then. This man is on a mission, but Error spots him out while he was rotating to the side And yeah, Lycan has to, put a hold on that mission for now. Looking at the rest of it, the Lord position is ready. There is a camp in the mid side. Luckily, Brendan did not, dashed out just a second before. Otherwise, he would have got stuck under the wall. But the three-man Nature's Charge, the Curse of Blood, it is there. The combo is ready. The damage is being shared. Zozo is there. He's still alive with a sliver of his HP as the Primal Wrath is being used. They're gonna take the Lord down as fast as possible, not waiting for the Luminous one to spawn. Lom Lom is there, hunting for it, but he gets knocked up. Earth Shatter, into dash, sufficient. Lycan is there. A double kill picked up by Brendan. Somebody stop this guy, because the damage output by Brody was absolutely insane.
You know the mistake that happened, Ball Dodo? I noticed it that they were a team shot coming in from team LAFU KABI. They managed to secure the kill on Zozo. Absolutely beautiful kill in my opinion. But I am not really sure why team LCF was waiting to start the lot. I am not really sure if they were waiting for it to go to the timer 12 for the luminous lot, but I think that was not a wise decision considering the late game spike team LAFU KABI has. Look at the damage coming in from the shadow kill. Managed to get Sandriel yet again. Not a wise decision to be waiting like that. But Lord, double from like it right there.
What was that play, man? Like, what was that? I have no word for it. But meanwhile, there is still some action going on in the mid. There's a Prodigy being used. The stun is there, but either is able to escape using the Primal Wrath. But the damage of Goose Peter is enough to pick up the kill. But they're able to hold on to the inhibitor for now. As on the bot side, the minions are marching in. Lycan will not press the issue further. Oh god, I think I'm saying press the issue a lot. I have to stop.
Press the issue. What's the issue? I'm not really sure. But the issue definitely was not going for the Lord when they had the time, man.
It definitely was pressing. Oh god, my humor is terrible. But yeah, LAFU KABI is now firmly in control of the tempo in this match. LCF, who was leading until now, has to do something and they have to do it fast because Lycan is not waiting for anybody. This man is camping every single bush he can find, and it's always Error who's the only one able to sustain that kind of damage without having, being kicked out of the fight for good. Because if the Grok takes that much damage, she's gonna take some time to heal back up, unlike the Khalid.
Man, they need to have a really good initiation coming in from Team LCF. I mean, they do have the potential. The item spike is starting to show coming in for Team LAFU KABI right here. I mean, the Curse of Blood along with the IMU of Valentina is really dangerous onto the team fight. I think they need to protect Sandriel a little bit better. If they start playing around that Moscow, giving him the front line that he needs to dish out the damage that he has with the itemizations, I think it will work for them.
And yeah, the Lord is gonna be up. The Luminous Lord will be spawning in a few seconds in the 15-minute mark. The game has already headed well into the late game, so we'll have to see. This team fight is gonna decide it because both sides, the waves are not really clear too much. Brendan is clearing on the bot side, but on the top, those minions will be marching in a few. Somebody has to go and clear it. It's probably going to be Lom Lom. Yep, it is Lom Lom who has to go up to clear. He's the only one who can make it back on time.
Man, he is being denied by his blue buff as well. I mean, they are trying to shut Lom Lom down because we do know that Fanny kind of falls off onto the late game. They need to rely onto their MM right now to dish out the damage. Ooh, a little bit of skirmish happening. I mean, the Lord has already spawned. Brendan already trying to chip down the HP and the Curse of the landing on 3 kills.
Oh my god, Edith with a beautiful set, but the passive is still there. Speed is still alive. His passive gets popped. Mega kill taken up on Lom Lom. Brendan picking up the pieces. Double kill picked up by both the jungler and the farm laner from the side. Look at that Sandriel trying to make a beautiful play right now. Trying to buy as much time as possible. Clearing the lanes. Will he get another kill? Oh my god. He might kill Lycan instead, but no, he does not succeed in doing so. The mid lane, one cannon minion is there, and with that, I guess we will be going to a game 4 instead, Yumena, because LCF failed to take that win against LAFU KABI. A few minions. Oh my god, yeah, they got the win. Okay, I thought,
Yeah,
the minion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought they were gonna fall to the
Victory!
Aegis. It looked like
Yeah,
it for a second.
I was like, okay, is this going to be a four-man fight from the edges for Team Lapukabe right there? But that was really smart, tanking the tower, saving the minion right there. Really smart coming in from Lycan. I mean, I don't see a lot of people doing that.
And that makes all the difference in such moments. And yeah, a really great play. The MVP going towards Carmilla. Those Curse of Bloods were on point, constantly baiting out who is Peter. And Sanrial was getting absolutely shredded by Lycan, who was present all along the map. He was everywhere, this man.
I absolutely agree. I mean, really great execution early game from Team LCF right there, but unfortunately, there were a little bit of throws. Team Lafukabi knew who to play around. They managed to give Brody that snowball at the front line and picked off Sandriel every time they saw him onto the map, and that kind of fell short for Team LCF right there. So I think, yeah, really well deserved coming in for Lafukabi Ball. And before we leave, would you like to say some last words?
Nah, I think the only thing I would like to say is good luck to both teams for the next game, especially Lafukabi, because they need to win this to go into the tiebreaker, as LCF is still at the lead with a 2-1 score. And welcome back, folks. We're right back into the action. It is game 4 between LAFU KABI versus LCF, and this time it's LCF
Your
who is
team
in the
is
lead
banning.
and on the blue side, while LAFU KABI taking up the red. The bans have already begun by the time I could give you the intro, but yes, it is the Phobius and Ruby who are taken out. But before we head
Your
into the
team
game
is
further,
banning.
I'm your caster Baldudu once again, and joining me is the lovely Peachy. Welcome.
Thank you, Waldo, for that introduction. And let's head towards the draft because 4 of the heroes already banned. This is looking very great. On the other hand, Hayabusa ban is already there. This is the respect ban, I have to say, towards Lom Lom Mai this time. On the other hand, the tankiest, the EXP laners are getting picked off onto the side of Team LCF. This is looking strong, don't you think so, Baldo?
And yeah, man, the draft, they've LAFU is straight up banning out Lom Lom while they're doing the same towards the EXP bans. They're taking out as many EXP laners as possible.
Is banning.
They're giving a lot of respect to Mina. They've taken out all of his 3 main picks. Look at that. They've taken out the Phobius, the Ruby, and the Edith.
And Nina still has one more hero up his sleeve. Possibly the Arlot might come into the play because the strongest of the strongest EXP laners have already picked out. So that means an Arlot is still open, maybe an Xbox, but it is, I would really say it is a 50-50 chance with the Xbox going on to the EXP. So, let's see what will the case be after the pick session just begins. On the other hand, the high loss
Your team
is
is picking.
just a perma ban because as we all know that if there is a high loss open, LCF will take it up to their advantage and they will abuse that hero.
And yup, the chip has been picked up by I Love Cakes. It's kind of surprising they let him go because the hero is just so good. He's too good to let go. But I would like to see something like maybe a Peleric, because he's a decent response towards the chip, and he's just a lot more tanky nowadays. It feels like it's so hard to kill the Peleric nowadays. But Zozo, once again on the iconic Valentina pick, it's like I even casted the another bracket of the finals yesterday. It was a best of 7 series, and it was Zozo trying to get that Valentina as much as possible.
Baldo, Valentina is definitely a great pick coming here because they have a chip, and Team LCF might be possibly picking up other heroes as well, which will be beneficial to them. Oh, Vexana is yet to be picked. Even okay, there we go. I am excited for this Baldo. This is the moment my favorite hero is being played by who is Peter. This is what I wanted to see, and I'm so happy to cast here right now.
And yes, who is Peter
What's your
gonna give
command?
us a
Your
lot of
team is
highlight
picking.
plays, but even more, you have competition within LCF as all of them want to, be the center of attention because we have the chip, we have the who is Peter on the low, but we have Lom Lom on the fanny, and he did a great job the previous game. If not for a few issues towards the end, LCF all but had that game in the bag.
But the lineup from the side of LCF does look strong already. A Fanny, they opened up a Fanny. I really don't believe that they did not pick off a Fanny
Your
into the
team
ban
is
section.
banning.
On to the other hand, looks like a Carmilla will be picked up by K, not a Grok, not a other some sort of tanks, but a Carmilla coming into the play because as we all know that a Carmilla can actually counter that chip, but let's just see how well it will go.
Magic is
And
my
yeah, man,
life.
like
Your
we have
team
gone
is
into the
banning.
second drafting phase. The Carmilla picked up by K. He did use this the last game. It's like a mirror draft so far by the side of LAFU. Maybe Brendan, if he picks up the Brody again, at least the trio, three of them will already have the same picks from the previous game. The bans are nearly the same. The only difference is the Hayabusa and Edith have been respected and taken out by both sides. Meanwhile, on the second drafting phase, it is the Harith who will be taken out. We're not going to see any cat ears little boy jumping around using a Zaman force, dealing obscene amount of damage. But yes, we have to see. It's up to Error. 10 seconds on the clock. What will he take out? It is the Moskov, which Sandriel usually prefers to play. I guess they're removing the Moskov because it is just a natural counter to the Fanny.
Maybe a Lunox jungle, sorry, not the jungle, but a Lunox Golden coming in because two of the heroes, the Harith has been picked off, even the Moscow has been picked off. This just leaves how both the teams can pick up a Beatrix or probably a Bruno. You know, Bruno was placed into the first match, but unfortunately, a Harith could have, it was just an easy counter for that. On to the other hand,
It is
two
in
of the bans
despair
left.
that I
Okay,
see the
another
fondest
marksman getting
hopes.
banned as well. Nathan, that was not
Pain
expected.
is
But
the proof
another
that I'm
marksman
still
getting banned as
alive.
well. It will be Brody. I was not expecting this, Baldo.
I expected the Brody ban because Brendan was phenomenal the previous game. This guy was just so hard to pick off. And yeah, the bans, like if you saw the previous game, Peachy, you would understand exactly why Brendan, was able
Time
to.
and tide
They
wait
took
for
out the
no
Brody,
man. Your team
but
not
instead
girl.
he does get the Beatrix for himself, another comfortable pick for this man. But yeah, man, like in the last game, despite a goal lead of 4K, they were not able to push the top side just because of Brendan holding it solo.
That is true. I did miss out on the last game, but looks like you have updated me, and I realized that Brody is actually a must ban. On to the other hand, looks like a Chow might come into the play, but a Melissa that
Aerial
was pretty
assault unit
strong.
awaiting
But
orders.
a
Tank
carry
dropping.
would be logged in from Sanriel,
Your
and
team is
along with
picking.
that, an EXP got out Kacha. This is very very strong and okay. Team LAFU KABI, they pulled out their trump card. Looks like a Balmond is finally coming into the play. My boy Balmond getting those recognition that he actually needs right now.
And it is MOBA same time for Lycan filling out the Balmond. We have to see, will he use it to its fullest potential? This helicopter has to not crash into the ground. He has to take the rest of his team up to the tiebreaker. They need this win or they will be disqualified. It is a deciding game for Lafukabi. They did it the previous game, and I'm sure they have the potential to do it once again. But yeah, what do you think, PG? Whose draft do you like more?
I'm really biased towards that Louis. I think everyone knows by now. So definitely
Welcome
I'm
to Mobile
going towards Team
Legends.
LCF right now. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the land of
5
dawn.
seconds
The
till the enemy
deciding
reaches the
match of
battlefield.
LCF are going into
Smash
the
them.
grand finals. Or will it be La Fukabi
Ultimates
giving
deployed.
and redemption up? This is going to be another intense battle coming in.
And look at the leash that Balmond is getting. Man has got an entire, he has his entire team helping him at this point. Meanwhile, Brendan on top, using the SMG, a great, it's a decent option against carry because she's not going to be giving any fast or hard hitting attacks anytime soon. She needs a lot of items. Chip also knows against the Balmond, it's not going to be easy to poke him down.
He's definitely backing off, but Balmond already that early game. He just needs a skill too, just to spin around. Look at him going ham onto the creeps. He's just going in non-stop. On to the other hand, maybe some pokings into the mid lane. Meanwhile, Balmond will be level 4 soon, as well as Lom Lom Mai as well. Maybe some pickoffs might come off into the early game because Lom Lom Mai, we all know he does a pretty good cables and he will be almost level 4 right now.
And he's going to be touching level 4. He has already.
No, maybe a top lane victim coming in, maybe a massacre coming in. I don't know what will it be, or will it be the Beatrix using up a flicker to escape the Fanny's wrath. Fanny is walking in. She is slowly creeping in, but looks like she will be backing off right now because the turtle will be spawning in very very soon. Less than 10 seconds left. Both the teams really have to prioritize the turtles before they go in and get the first blood.
And look at that. The turtle has already, has spawned and Balmont is already on it. That collector skin looks really cool with that Esto. There's a few lightning charges left and right. But look at that. Brendan has, not doing much on the bot side. We already have a lot of action. The first blood picked up. Balmont falls. The cables are there left and right. Two people fall from the side of LAFU. Make it three as Error picks up a double kill for himself. This man has done a really great job on that Gato, involved in all three contributions in this fight. The chip does have his stuns and dissuades Nina from pushing this issue anymore. And yeah, 3-0 to the side in favor of LCF.
Okay, what a match coming in. This was pretty strong. Gadrot Kacha coming in with the avatar of Guardian. It did connect to every single one. On the other hand, Valentina did miss out onto that avatar of Guardian, so that was a L for the team. But they actually managed to pick up the turtle as well, rightfully so, because they won that trade to themselves. On the other hand, maybe some diversion plays coming in. Louis already in possession. He is sorted out by the Balmond trying to farm, but looks like the cutthroat will be doing its damage onto him. Balmond in a very bad position. He spins, and it is a kill into the hands of Fanny.
And yeah, Balmont fidget spinned his way to his doom. He has fallen twice already. Not a great start for the jungler of LAFU KABI. He's getting marked really heavily. LCF doing a great job following up Lom's plays and matching his aggression, and that's something you really love to see when a team is so in sync. But at the same time, LCF has to make sure this early game advantage with these 4 kills actually translate into objectives, because the turtles are not going to help as much as you think it is unless you start getting turrets, because because LAFU KABI has so much lane clear. They have the Curse of Blood for defense. They have 2 beautiful, and oh my god, look at how well Brent used this flicker. But the avatar of the Guardian is used. The basic attack enhance will take out this Beatrix. The vengeance used up by K. He's the only one left standing as his team comes to give a follow-up. Error popped out low, but his team is again there to, secure his escape back to safety.
Okay, what a killing spree coming in from the Kacha. He is always there. Maybe Louis in some kind of position. Along with Louis, there is carry, There is this some support of the Luo, yin and yang coming in from Louis. But in the nick of the moment, looks like Balmont will be picking up the turtle. On the other hand, there is this Louis used up his flicker. She is trying to escape that. Lapu, but unfortunately, it is a double kill for the Lapu. Balmont, on the other hand, he is still there. He is spinning. Chip trying to zone them out.
And both the XP laners putting out a show. Lom re-engaging once again. The cables are used. The avatar, the Guardian catching 3. The beautiful set. The taunt is used. The ultimate, the shutdown picked up finally by the Balmont, giving him a much needed kill. They're gonna push the issue on to Chip as he falls too. The scoreboard is even once again as LAFU KABI is back in this fight, and that is not a good sign for LCF as they're gonna start losing their advantage which Fanny has given them.
But on the other hand, Team LAFU KABI actually managed to get a leveled up kill board along with Team LCF right now. This is strong for them, but on the other hand, not the first, but wait a minute, Balmond in a very dangerous territory right now. He might be spotted, and he did spot that. Looks like it will be going into the hands of Balmond.
And yeah, dude, Brendan is doing a great job in lane. He is still leading and only falls once, the same as Sandreal. So yeah, a great job by both the gold laners. Despite the amount of fights happening, the fact they've only died once being such a squishy role is a great job. A great kudos to both of them.
Brendan definitely is in the lead. His gold is way up than Fanny right now. With that, Fanny really should get a pick off onto that. Okay, wait a minute. Into the bot lane. Looks like the team fight is still on. Lapu, he is in some kind of trouble. Very low. Looks like Carry will be picking her off. On the other hand, the Curse of Blood has been used as well. It looks like Brendan will be picked up into the hands of Fanny. Another kill into the hands of Fanny. A double kill, maybe a triple possibly. And looks like it will be picked up by Chip. So no triple kill for Fanny this time.
And I think it's bad luck for Fanny. She did try, but she did not get the kill. Lycan wants some sauce. He wants the heat. He picks up the turtle. A great retribution by him. That's the advantage of having the Balmond on your side. It's just so good for contesting objectives.
Right now the Balmond is so tanky. He is able to go into the faces of Team LCF right now and actually contest for it. He does not even need his team support, but he does need a support when there is a heavy zoning coming in from Team LCF. That is where he would really be waiting for that to come in. But on the other hand, Louis with those diversion, making sure that the minions won't be coming near any turrets right here. This is a good play coming in. On the other hand, both the teams they are trying so well to defend those turrets and saving them.
And yes, Peachy, the level 1 Lord is going to be up in a few minutes. The diversion play is ready. Lom is still pressing on to Mina. He's all alone, drops the stun, uses his flicker, and escapes. A great play. Gato using up his ultimate. Gato has not used his ultimate yet, so he could still use it up to disengage from the fight. The flicker used up by the chip. Balmond is in the back line, trying to spin around and deal as much damage and wreak as much havoc as he can. But surprisingly, nothing comes out of that fight.
Okay, it was a very good team fight coming in, but looks like Lom Lomai would be picking up that Lapu Lapu for overextending. Whenever he was low, he should have gone back to heal up and maybe proceeding towards the bot lane, because Carry is all farming up those lanes for herself. She is trying to push as well. Maybe something is cooking into the bot lane already. On the other hand, Chip is still there for the support. Chip might be popping off. I don't think so. His ultimate cooldown is very high right now, while he can pop one shortcut each every minute. So this is a kind of downgrade, but he can still bring you that 1v5 situation. That is where he is going to shine. On the other hand, the turrets have been pushed in every single lane by Carry and even those Fanny as well.
And yeah, the lane pressure is firmly once again in LCF's favor. They want to end this game and they want to make it clean. But LAFU KABI is having none of that. They wanna, be as much of a menace as possible, moving all across the map, playing it haphazardly, guerrilla tactics. But Sandhya picks up the turret on the bot side as the turtle, the Lord, has begun. Sandhya melting it down using those enhanced light wheels, dealing so much true damage. The chip has used up his portal. Error walks out of that portal, but it was just a distraction as the Lord picked up by LCF.
Okay, wait a minute. Another diversion play coming in. Looks like Balmond, you're in some trouble, buddy, and he will be melted by who is Peter. Four of them right into the face of Balmond. What a play coming in. On the other hand, the minions are still going in. There is some skirmish already going on under the top lane. Carmilla is pretty low right now, but it goes into the hands of Gatot Kacha, while there is some taunt coming in by that Valentina, but Lapu Lapu is very aggressive right now. He is still there onto their face. He is trying to deal some damage, but Luo, she is in a very bad safe position. Her shield will be saving her, but for how long? Looks like she will be taken up, and Gatot Kacha eventually picking up that kill as well.
Man, that Lapu bought so much time. Look at how long that fight lasted, man. God damn it, that's impressive.
Definitely, Waldo. Lapu Lapu does have that sustain, does have the spell vamp, and by that time, Lapu Lapu was killing the Loi. The Lord already marched up onto the bot lane. It already used the inhibitor. That was definitely a long team fight coming in. But on the other hand, the inhibitor's passive has been broken off. This means that in the next Lord, or possibly Team LCF can push the turrets out.
And yeah, look at that. The turret shields are still active. So yes, LCF needs to do a better job in this upcoming Lord, secure it clearly, and breach the inhibitors. If Lafu, on the other hand, is able to manage their waves, they could stage a comeback because they still have their high ground standing.
And they are definitely doing that. Look at them freezing those lanes up in every single lane. Be it the top lane, be it the bot lane, be it the mid lane as well. You know, Louis' diversion is already there. She has teleported near Lapu Lapu right now, but the Avatar of Guardian will be used and Lapu Lapu will be sidestepping that. Looks like there is already a disengage since Team LCF has been spotted out.
And yes, Peachy, like I think right now the game will be at a stalemate. So just walk me through the items, please. Because I don't think this action is gonna start until that Lord is up.
Oh, that is true. Looks like both the teams, both the majors have picked up their core items, but it is still not enough because Valentina is still definitely lagging behind.
And speaking about lagging behind, LAFU does not want to do that for any longer despite the goal gap in LCF's favor. They are making aggressive moves towards capturing vision on this Lord. They have succeeded in getting vision on the Lord, but they have no vision on the movements of Lom Lom or the carry. But I think carry should be. Oh, carry still has not exposed themselves on the map. So, Lafu is expecting a 5-man rotation, actually a 4-man rotation apart from this Gatot Kutch.
But since they have a Louis, they can actually teleport in every. Since and I'm pretty sure that Peter knows that where those enemies are. Look at him; he's using his diversion. He's trying to make sure to get that Valentina, and it will be the funny and eliminating the Valentina. On the other hand, Carmilla has been picked off as well. 2 member down from the side of Team LAFU, the Team LCF. They are trying to take some more before trying to go proceed with the Lord.
And look at that. The Lord is up and nobody wants to contest as K and Zozo have paid the price for overextending.
Okay, they definitely paid their price, but on the other hand, the Lord has been taken, and it will be, Team Lafu Kabi, they have to step up their defense game right now. They have to make sure that the Lord won't be walking in into those turrets and have to answer back the aggression coming in from LCF right now.
And Song, sorry, Peachy, I'm really, I'm a little dazed right now because the goal lead is so much in the favor of LCF. But Lafu Kabi,
Um,
I just feel like Brendan can turn this game around with the help of Mina. If Zozo could give a really, really good avatar of the Guardian here,
Guardian.
because I feel that is the ult needed for them to turn this game around. Yes, they need the avatar of the Guardian to change it around, but right as I speak, the unstoppable picked up by the Fanny, the curse of blood hitting nothing but air. They want Brendan, the killing spree picked up by him, a shutdown picked up by the Balmond, he's spinning left and right. They will try to siege the base, the Lord is still up. They have to defend it at all costs, but Sanreal locking onto the turret. Peter flickering in using the Winter Crown. I don't think they will be able to defend. And with that, game 3 picked up by LCF. The third game, along with that, the series secured by them as they will qualify for the next round, which is nothing else but the finals.
What a game coming in from LCF. They managed to pick up the crystal, they managed to pick up the Lord, and Sandriel, he was just crazy on that crystal. On the other hand, both the teams, they really put up a very good show for us, but unfortunately, we only have one winners. And today, it will be none other than Team LCF picking it up and also securing a spot into the grand finale.
A great job, and the MVP picked up by the chip. A really standard builds by everybody, but a great winter play by Peter at the end. A great job by Lafu to coming so far in this tournament, but they were just not the better team today.
That is right. And with that, we are at an end of the day. Looks like the matches have been done, but don't go anywhere because the grand finale We are nearing that. So we will be right back tomorrow and cheer for your favorite team, guys. It is a good night from PT and Baldo.